What rides can't I ride at Universal Studios Florida as a plus size person? Let me show you. The first ride that I can't fit on is Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit. 2 seats here. This one is the normal seat, right? And then
that is for thigh space.
For more thigh space. So ladies, you might want that one a little bit more, and then this one is more for the stomach?
Yes.
Okay, so if you got a bigger gut, this is going to be the one you want to try. They do have, these are the adjusted seats. So if you can see here, it's actually not as bad as it was. Anything that comes over the side like this is probably going to be tough for a plus size person because our guts get in the way. Now, this one does have a red and green light right here, which I really appreciate, but it's a little off for me. I'll show you where it actually needs to get to fit. But for this one, I don't fit, but if you're about, say, 275, you shouldn't have any problems. As you can see there's the red and green button.
That's the absolute.
So it actually does ding, but it has to be right there. There we go. That's where it has to get to. Now this ride's already been announced to be going away in September of this year, of 2025. So we'll be saying goodbye to it. We don't really know what's coming next, but we'll have to wait and see. But for now, if you're coming between now and then, unfortunately, if you're a plus size person, this one might be a little bit tough. But I've heard that's a pretty rough ride anyway, so I'm good not fitting on it. A race through New York with Jimmy Fallon, I can fit on, but I do need an extension belt, and it can be a little bit of a process to do it. They do have seat belt extenders for this ride, though. I've gone back and forth on what video to put this in, because technically I do fit in this ride, but it's complicated. So like if I come to this test seat, I'm not going to be able to fit in it. So if you can see here, what's happening is my legs can't fit under here well because there's this thing in the middle that keeps them spread apart, which means I can't really get them under these bars right here. But they have an ADA seat on this ride. One of the vehicles is on the very back, on the back row in the corner, and it's still very tight, but I can fit on it. So I'll put that in this video so you guys know. You've got to ask. If you're a plus size person, you have trouble, ask for the ADA seat because it is bigger. Also, can you guys please teach your kids, don't use test seats as benches. That's not what they're there for. Some other people need to go there. They don't want to do it right beside you. They feel uncomfortable. Please teach your kids not to use them for personal seats. Now, unfortunately, the other ride that I can't really do here is Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts here in Diagon Alley. This one, unfortunately, is just way too tight, and I can't fit on it. Let me show you the test seat. Here's the test seats for these. As you can already see, a lot of times with their roller coasters, they have things that come over both sides of the legs, these right here being a primary issue. Also, just sliding in here is always very tight. Now, they do have the bars there. We have blue, and it's not red for some reason, but... And unfortunately, that's as far down as this goes for me. So we're not getting down to the green light. Before I get to one more note, I wanted to mention I am a travel agent. If you wanted to book a trip to Universal Studios, especially with Epic opening, make sure to get in touch with me. My email is below, or just leave a comment and I'll figure out how to get in touch with you. Now, just because I can fit on the other rides without any problems doesn't mean that you necessarily should ride all the other rides. That's up to you. For instance, right now, the Simpsons ride has the longest wait time in the park, and it's the only ride here that makes me really motion sickness. So I personally would recommend skipping this one, but there's a lot of other really cool things to do. So make sure you check out my full walkthrough of the park and see what you can fit on as a plus size person.